This is Sexy Funny Raw, where we talk all about the world of sex, from dating and relationships to the adult industry itself, answering all the questions you weren't even brave enough to ask Google. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. I am your host, Silvia Sage, and joined with me today, all the way from the East Coast, so very, very far away from me, my fellow performer and very good friend. Please welcome to the show, Alix Lynx.
Hi, how we doing?
So good, Alix. I love having you here, even though you're not technically here with me. It's still nice to see your beautiful face.
Yes,
So,
guys.
so let's jump into it. Let's jump into your career. You've been in the adult industry for 10 plus years, about the same as me. We came in-ish around the same time. But you, like me, tried out real life before you got into adult. You have a master's degree. You did the real thing. What was the turning point for you when you were like, yeah, I'm done with real life. That's not me. I'm not following any more rules. When was that moment for you?
I think I've always been like that, but I was like that was all I knew to do. And I was like, well, this is what life is. So I felt like I was trying to stuff myself in this box, and I would wake up every day driving to the office. It was just like the same thing over and over again. And I was like, is there something wrong? I literally thought something was wrong with me because all my other friends, like, had just graduated college and like they were working their jobs, and like I didn't hear any complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, am I defective? Literally, I had these thoughts. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I got laid off from my first job, and that something clicked in my brain when that happened. I was like, I can never trust anybody with my livelihood, like literally ever again. Like, I have to be in control. And long story short, like I just randomly heard about webcamming through like a friend, and I signed up for it and
Mm.
started webcamming, fell in love with it, was like, fuck this shit. Like I'm making more money in a day than I did on a week in a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I willing to, I think it was a turning point for me when I was webcamming, and it was like a few months in. I was like, I need to be willing to like bet on myself. Like, am I gonna be better betting on myself with my own life or on somebody else? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. And I was like, because I knew I was like, once I start webcamming full time and I'm showing my face and I'm out there, you can't go back from that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're closing a lot of doors for yourself. And then that kind of snowballed into adults. So it was a big like
Yeah.
collection of events there.
Did adult find you or did you find adult?
Oh, I found it.
You did. Okay.
Well, I was webcamming, I was on my free cams, and I saw a lot of the top performers were doing girl shows, and they were also doing shoots for like Twisties and Playboy. And I was like, oh, that would be great for like driving traffic. So I
Mm.
contacted agency. I Googled all this. I was like, how to get into a and I found my old agency who I was with for 500 years, OC Modeling.
Yeah.
I sent them my photos. They're like, hey, we like what we see. Can you come out? So I'm like on a plane to LA, like pretty shortly after that. And I started off doing just girl, as many people
Mhm.
do. And then I ended up moving out there. And then again, the snowball effect, I got into boy girl the following year, etc. But I
Mhm.
sought it out for sure.
Yeah, I love that. It's funny because my best friend did the same thing. She was also Googling, like, how do I get into porn? How do I do this? And
Good old
but
Google.
yeah, by the time she got to me, she was like, had done all the research. And I was like, yeah, let me just hitch into that wagon. Let me just jump onto that. Seems like you figured it out. You did it.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. So when you got into camming, did you immediately think like, oh, this is just something I'll do short term, like I'll just make some money at it? Or did you think like, this is it? This is the career path I'm going down.
I think I think to the depths of my soul, I knew that I wanted to do it, but I was a little like timid. But I also had I had a
Oh,
brain, and I was like, oh, that's so nice.
I know.
I would use my brain, and I was like, I just assumed if I'm naked even once online, I just
Mm,
assumed everyone was going to find out. And so I went
mhm,
into it with that attitude. And so there was no, oh, well, I'm just going to do this. Like when people get into into porn, oh, I'm just going to do a few scenes. Well,
mhm,
I mean, people go find out. Like, I don't know why people think no one's going to find out because people watch, and I had the
mhm.
same mentality. So I was never like a temporary thing. I just wanted to get my feet wet a little, and I wasn't showing my face. And then when I decided,
Oh, really?
no, yeah, this going for like a week or so.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and then I was like, fuck this. Like, I want to just get into this full time. That's when I was
Yeah.
like, what? Here I am. Here's my face. And then that's when I knew I couldn't go back from that. And I did that on purpose. I
Mm,
was like,
yeah.
what else was I gonna do? Go sit at a desk? That was not working for me, you know?
How long was it before somebody found out and, like, reported back to you that they found you?
It was actually, like, not until for webcamming, it was just, like, my friends that knew, but, like, it
Okay.
wasn't until I got into adult film, but I was only doing girl,
Mhm.
girl at the time, but I had moved out to LA at that point. It was, like, 6 months in, and I did this YouTube video, and it was, like, how to give a BJ with a popsicle. It was something crass like that, whatever,
Mhm.
and it ended up going, like, mega super viral, and that's when, like, a lot of people found out, and that's when I was like, "Oh, frick, I gotta tell my family because I don't want
Oh,
them to find out from this." And
yeah.
that's always a hard conversation, but, you know, we made it out on the other side, everything's fine
Mhm.
now. But that's when I was like, "Yeah, I should probably, make some phone calls."
Yeah. See, I told my family before I did my first movie because I was scared that they would find well, I have an older brother and a father who I 1000% know watch porn. So I was like, I don't want them to find it before I can, like, tell them to avoid it. Do you know
That's
what
a
I'm
good idea.
saying?
That's actually
So
very smart. I had a girlfriend who got in and she did the whole, "Oh, well," and I tried to tell her, we had a conversation, she did not listen. I said, "Listen, people are gonna find out." She's like, "Okay, I just wanna do some scenes." I'm like, "All right, girl." Her friggin' dad found it. I was like, "Dude, I
No.
told you. I don't wanna say I told you so, but I
Yeah.
did, and I'm sorry that that happened because it's, what are you gonna."
And now you and your dad are both scarred.
I
So now you
literally for all of eternity, like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
He has seen you take it. That's not something any father should see. Yeah. Yeah. Mine was like, this is the name I'm going to go by. Don't search it. Like, if you see anything, like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, avoid it at all costs.
That's
I
great.
don't know. I wish there was a way you could put like a name into the search bar and be like, never find this person. You know?
Like, block it out, I know.
Yeah. This is the
Blacklist.
only person in porn I never want to see. Do you think that your family and friends were shocked? Do you think that they were like, "Oh, no, 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 that's pretty on brand," or do you think that they were, like, blown away?
Well, my friends, I was never really close with my family, like, we were always
Okay.
kinda like an arm's length, like, obviously love them, but a little dysfunctional. So I kinda just did my own thing. I was the
Okay.
girl always reading, holed up in my room, reading online, like, having my own little cyber world, like, on MySpace coding, just really aloof. It was for the better, I had to be, but, so they were more shocked because 'cause I'm like, "You know me, but you don't." My friends were like,
Mm.
"Yeah, we're surprised," but not like surprised. My
Mhm.
family, like, I think they were just shocked, but also low key, like, they were probably not surprised either because I was always a little bit rebellious growing up. Like, I was always questioning
Mhm.
everything. Why this? Why that? Why do I have this rule? Like, just, you know.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, but it was like one of those things, it's like they don't expect you to ever do that. I come from, like, a little bumblefuck town in the middle of nowhere,
Mhm.
so it's like, no, but people don't do that where I'm from. It's, like, so, like,
Mhm.
far off, you know, so I
Mhm.
don't think they ever expected it.
Mhm. Same, I'm also from a super small town, but I strangely do think people expected it from me. I don't know why. I just think they were like, "Yeah, that fits. That's on
Yeah,
brand." Yeah.
you gotta find yourself, you know? I feel like there's so many people that are not living, like, true to themselves, and I feel like when you live
Mm.
true to yourself, like, that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly didn't realize porn was a profession until probably I got to LA and my best friend was like, "I'm going to do porn." Like, obviously I knew people did porn. It just didn't seem like an option ever, you know? And I guess like the rest of society, I had kind of pigeonholed porn people, you know, in the same way of like, ooh, dirty, vile, like gross, you know, and you get that mindset and you're like, "Oh, that's what it is."
Yeah.
Until you get into it and then you're like, "Oh, wait, this is really corporate and these people are really
Literally,
cool
yeah.
and they're really smart and they're really
Yeah.
fun and they're really non-judgmental and this is kind of fucking great." You
You
know?
know what's
Like
crazy? I think about this sometimes. I'm like, we are more normal. Like, I feel like our industry,
Mhm.
people are so fucking normal. I think it's because people, again, are living like, obviously, there's always there's always exceptions, but I feel like people are
Mhm.
living like true to themselves and like they're just fucking normal and non-judgmental,
Yep.
like you said, and cool,
Mhm.
open-minded. Like I just feel such a connection with this community. And then I
Mhm.
look at other people living and they're living like they feel like they have to hide a lot, like they're ashamed of a
Mhm.
lot. Like there's so many layers to that. So I'm really grateful that I found my way into this world.
Same, same. I would have never expected to be here, but I'm wildly grateful to it, you know?
Yeah.
And again, mainly for the people that I've met. And again, like yourself, you have a master's degree. Cherie DeVille has a master's degree. Like I have a college degree, not a master's, but I have one.
Still,
So,
still.
but you know what I'm saying? But these are smart women, career minded women, business women who
Yeah.
are making the money they make because they have a brain behind them, you know,
Yeah,
because
like
they have
like you can
work
get into
ethic.
adult film and like tank.
Of course. Yeah, and a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That why do you think the turnover is so crazy high? I mean, I attribute that to them going after people who are far too young to be starting in our industry,
Don't
but
even get me fucking
that's
started, dude. I wish there should I don't think 18 is
25.
yeah.
That's what I
25, I've
think.
always said 21, but honestly 25 is way
Mhm.
better. That's when I got in at 25, and I thank my
Mhm.
lucky stars because if 18-year-old me got in, I would be
Oh,
toast.
I'd be gone. I wouldn't have survived this far. There's no way. There's
No.
no way. Yeah. Mentally, I mean, mentally, I'm already fucked even as a 41-year-old, but mentally taking on what we take on as an 18-year-old, not a chance would I have
No.
survived. Yeah. I don't know how a lot of them do, but yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Back to a higher note, a better note. Okay. So a lot of both you and I do on our OnlyFans is like a real life girlfriend experience, right? And what that kind of means for people is like wake up messages and good night messages and just really like including them in everything that you do in your life, right? So they become your boyfriend. It's a part of, you know, you're a part of them and their everyday life and vice versa. But do you ever feel like sometimes the line gets blurred? And do you ever feel like sometimes people are stepping over the boundaries of reality when you're giving this experience?
Yeah, it's tough. That's like probably one of the biggest challenges I find with OnlyFans. I am so fucking grateful for OnlyFans.
Oh,
Obviously,
same.
it's literally been a life changer. But yes, it can be a little worrisome to me because you don't know, you just assume everyone is of sound mind and you
Mm-hmm.
pray and hope that
Mm-hmm.
they are comprehending the fact that like just like any other realm of entertainment, this is just a form of escapism. It's a form of
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. It's just a little getaway from, reality, just a place to unplug. But then there are people where they're like, I've had one guy, I mean, when it gets to this point, I literally cut them off and I block them because I'm like, this like you don't understand. I'm not gonna waste
Mm-hmm.
my energy and time and drain myself trying to explain to you. I had a guy think we were, oh, what do you mean we're not dating?
Mm-hmm.
And here and there, I've had guys like I had a guy just, he just was so disappointed. This was fairly recently too. Like I really had, he's like, oh no, like he's got a whole ass fucking family, like kids and what, blah, blah, blah. I know a lot about him, whatever. And this is
Yeah.
a lot of members I know a lot of things about, and that's
Of
normal.
course.
What's not normal is him being like, oh, well, would I had hoped that we could be together. And I'm like, no, I live
Mm-hmm.
online. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. They're like, you are
Mm-hmm.
not the exception because there are no exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's fucking, and it's honestly, it's annoying and it's frustrating, but I don't know. I guess it comes with the territory.
Yeah. I always try to like, because I always say, like, I trust me, like, I'm here for you and I want you to be here for me, but I need you to know that it's still a fantasy.
Yes.
It's, I am creating a fantasy and especially on my OnlyFans, because I feel like, at least for me, my TikTok is very just me. It's just
Yeah,
me
it is.
describing my
It is.
life. And
I
it's
love your
just, yeah,
TikTok.
thank you. But yeah, I'm not sugarcoating anything there. And I'm not giving you like, ooh, the sexiest version of myself. I'm giving you the real version.
Right.
However, on my OnlyFans, you are getting the most sexed up version of me possible. You know, the most like the horniest girl the world who wants to talk about, spit and slut, like all those things. But that's not my regular life. That's not how I'm living on a regular basis. So when we are here, we live in fantasy land together, but it is fantasy land, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it can get a little blurred.
It can get a little blurred, and it's funny. I don't know if it's even fucking funny, honestly, but I used to just all the time. This was like before OF, I don't know, maybe early, like when it 2016, 2017 or so. I used to just post all the time, like I wouldn't do this now, but like, where I was in real time, all these things and
Oh yeah.
worry about it. But now I don't fucking do that ever. And I actually keep a
Mm.
lot private because I have to conserve something for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And there is such a thick line for me between that fantasy world and my real life. And that's what works for me because that's where my peace of mind comes from. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a crazy life that we're that we're living
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. But I'm like, don't get me wrong. Love being your fantasy. Let's just
100%,
keep it
like,
there.
I
Yeah.
love it, like, obviously,
Yeah.
like, I fucking love this job, like, I have no
Mm-hmm.
end in sight of this job, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
people gotta, like, check
Yeah.
themselves sometimes.
Yeah. And there is something about like, I think that's why I've stayed in it as long as I have. And I'm sure you're the same way. It's like, I truly enjoy being somebody's sexual fantasy,
Yes,
especially as I'm aging. I'm like, oh, you still think I'm hot? Still want to fuck
yeah,
me? Awesome.
and
You
it's
know?
great too, it gives me hope because I fucking love this so much, and I'm like, "Man, it bums me out to think if I have to retire," but then I look at
I
women like
know.
Alexis Fox just turned 50, and she is so
Mm-hmm.
fucking, like, vibrant and amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
just and I'm like, "You are inspired," and, like, Kendra, there Lust, and, like, Cherie, there's all these
Mm-hmm.
women who are older than me, and I'm like, "You guys are so inspiring to me, and you're showing
Mm-hmm.
me that, like, I can have a very long career in this and that fans
Yes.
will be here for it."
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. That's why I surround myself with these women. I'm like, "Ooh, I love being in your presence. You're so
Yeah,
inspiring." Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think that the biggest difference between real life you and work you is? Like personality-wise?
I think personality-wise, like, in my normal day-to-day, I don't wanna say I'm, like I don't wanna say I'm, like, reserved because 'cause I'm not, I'm just a little bit more, like, introvert I'm very introverted, and I'm not
Mm.
shy, I'm just introverted, I speak when I have something to say, I like to read books, I'm not in a full beat of glam
Right?
every fucking day, there's a good place to start,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I'm in, like, a hood I mean, this is literally real life, like, in a hoodie, I'm in, like, a
Yeah.
little skirt right now, um, yeah, so it's like I'm still me, but there's like it's like, the online version of me is a little bit more exaggerated, you know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Have you just done cupping? Sorry, I just saw it on your arm
No,
there.
dude, oh my god, no, this is disgusting. This
Oh.
watch lived on
Oh.
this wrist and it rubbed off. No, I wish I
Oh,
just did
shit.
cupping, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it rubbed this whole raw patch, so it looked
Oh my
I
god.
know, I was like you know what it was? I was at a party, like, last week, and I wasn't paying attention, it was on really tight for, like, 24
Uh,
hours, so yeah, that's
damn. Well, you could just tell people cupping. You'll just, get
Yeah, that's a good idea.
sorry to bring it up then. I was like, "Oh, that would be cool," but
All
no,
good,
it's
it's
not.
right here.
Okay. How do you, because obviously we get a lot of hate online, and especially people like you and I who are very vocal about our views and our belief systems.
Damn.
How do you deal with the hateful comments that you see?
I don't I dude, I don't have the energy for that shit, like, it will "Okay, who are you?" I'm going to first block you,
Hmm.
delete the comment, sometimes I'll report the profile if they're being really annoying.
Mm,
And that's all she wrote. Like,
yeah.
I'm not giving anybody energy, and, like, sometimes here and there for funsies, like, someone writes something so off the cuff, and I like, "Oh, well, this old hairstyle looks so much better on you, you're getting old." I click on the profile, it's a man and 2 kids and his wife. I start,
Ah.
What are you like, what are you doing? Get the
Mhm.
fuck off of here. Go away.
Mhm.
Are you lost?
Would you ever reach out to his wife and be like, "Do you know your husband is messaging porn stars?"
To be honest, I have thought about it. I hope these people listening and watching this are gonna take
Yeah.
notes because I have thought about it and I haven't done this
Mhm.
yet. But if you catch
Mhm.
me on a day where I'm feeling a little
Mhm.
zesty, don't underestimate me, bro. Like, do not. So maybe just simply don't do that and you're basically
Yeah.
gonna be covered.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as you. I'm really, really good on the block button. Like the moment you say anything out of like the realm of being anything but lovely and polite to me, I'm like, yeah, no, done. Like I don't,
Literally,
I
I
don't
block like a handful of people every single day. I'm like, I don't
yeah.
like get out of my bubble, you know?
Mhm.
You're in my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. I had recently posted something about like being depressed and then somebody slid in was like, "Oh, she's looking for attention." And I was like, "Sir, immediately block. If I were looking for attention, I would keep idiots like you in the comment section." I'm like, "I do not need you, do not want you here. Like you no longer get to watch anything I do. Bye."
Your
Block.
privileges are revoked.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you had your chance and you fucking blew
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sincerely, I saw you. Now fuck off. Yeah. Never watch anything I do ever again. But I'm also the person who will go on my social media and be like, yeah, hi. If you support things I don't support, I also fucking hate you. See yourself out. You know? So no shame. Would you find, because I know you're vocal politically as well, do you find that you get a lot of shut up and be sexy, or do you feel like people kind of have given you the platform to speak and say those things?
I mean, I say what people are well aware of my political stance. They know I fucking hate
Mhm.
this administration. I'll say that from the shout that from the rooftops. I don't know. I mean, we have colleagues and I am an adult and I
Mm.
know that different adults have different opinions and we can merely
Mhm.
coexist. We just don't need to go there. That's completely
Mhm.
fine. But if we are going to start like bashing me and talking shit, I
Mm.
don't want that in my bubble. I'm not talking shit on anybody. I'm just saying this is what I support and this is what I'm about. And if you're
Mhm.
gonna come at me being like, so back, I've had people say a lot, yeah. Oh well, like people get so fucking triggered too. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, especially during this election, I was like, yeah, I voted for Kamala. Like I did. I'm proud to say that I
Mhm.
did. And people were whoa, da, 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 like on their
Mhm.
soapbox. I'm like, all right, well, I said what I needed to say. I had
Mhm.
people message me like screenshots from PolitiFact, like, well, actually this, actually that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay, thank you. And I just like, I just don't give things energy is what it is.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
rude to me, like I'm blocking again, like that's it. So
Yeah. Do you feel like you've gotten more followers from being vocal about it? Because I do. I feel like I've gained a lot of like female support online that I would have never had, you know?
I don't know about more followers. I think that with anything though, aside from politics, it's like if you say what you're about, you're just going to attract
Mm,
more people that are,
true.
you know.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking your truth. Yeah. After being 10 years in porn, what do you think is the biggest shift that you have seen in how our viewers consume adult content?
Well, obviously OnlyFans has been huge
Yeah.
because you remember, I mean, I've been on set with you. It's like back
Mhm.
in the day, it was like you go to
Mhm.
set and that's your job. And like, yeah, like I would create a lot of content back then too. So I was just on set a lot, but it was heavily being on set for companies and that's since
Mhm.
shifted. It's almost like you cut out the middle, they cut out the middleman uh,
Mhm.
with that. And now it's just producing your own content. But as far as viewers, I think people are still on the hub. I
Yeah.
think there's just a lot more independent creators out there now than there ever were before. So I feel like if anything, I would assume people's viewing habits are more creator centric.
Mhm.
And also, obviously, I'm sure the step family, whatever the fuck, that's still wildly popular. So
I know.
that has not gone away yet. I'm in shock.
Yeah. Do you think that there's going to be a way for the people to get around this, like the porn ban or like the extra licensings and IDs that states like Texas and Florida and all of them, Missouri, are undergoing right now? Because I know personally, I have definitely felt a drop in numbers and in viewership, and I do feel like it's directly correlated to those things. Do you think that there's going to be any way for it to like do a turnaround and like get those viewers back?
I mean, I'd be very curious because I don't think those viewers have stopped watching porn. So it's like, where do they go?
Mm,
What are they watching now? Would be my question. It's
right.
not like they're like, oh well, I guess I'm not gonna watch it. Like, do you really
Right.
think that? I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
I would assume, like, look, if I were living in a state where that was banned, I would immediately just get a VPN.
Mm,
So
got it.
I wish I had answers, but that's what I would do. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
anyone who's semi tech savvy would
Mm-hmm.
be doing the same. If anything, what worries me is people going to sites where the content is not regulated. Then
Yes,
you run into
that.
trouble with consent and all kinds of really dark shit.
Well, that's what makes me scared right now is are these people then going into the dark web place, And now that they're so worried about the content that we're making and make sure that everything that we do is 18 and over and tagged and consented and all of these things, which great. I have no problem with is consenting and
Sure.
age verification and those types of things. But to the point where it's taking the viewership from a place where it's very legally done and corporately put together and testing is regulated to now a place where who knows what's happening there? Who knows how these people got there,
No,
you
it's
know?
like the wild, wild west. I mean, shit, even like working with OnlyFans creators, certainly not all of them because I've worked with a lot that are very professional, but there have been some, oh, we have to get tested every 2 weeks. It's like, so
Mm-hmm.
you're definitely not getting tested. That's
Yeah.
worrisome to me. But really,
Yeah.
when you go to a set again, like what you said at the beginning, it is so corporate. Like it's almost like a
Mm-hmm.
little mundane sometimes,
Yeah.
like going out all the paperwork and got the
Yeah.
multiple forms of ID, and you have to do the
Mm-hmm.
consent video. And there are so, and I like that. I'm here for that.
Yes.
I get why we do that. It's so regulated. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's kind of backfire. People got to worry about other shit that's more
Yeah.
important than like an industry
Yeah.
that's already very regulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always tell people like being on a real porn set almost takes, not almost, it does take the sexy out of sex because I'm like, even when you have a new partner and maybe say like you're excited to work with them, the people on set won't even let you talk to them until it's like time to shoot. They're like, stay away from the talent. She's getting her hair and makeup done. You're like, hi, nice to meet you. They're like, no, she's busy. And then it's like everyone fill out their paperwork. And then the only time you actually sit together is to find out like what the other person does and doesn't want to happen to them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I would just like to have a conversation with them really quickly before we have to fuck in 6 seconds. Like, it's so
100%.
weird.
I know,
It's
I
so strange.
100%. It's so fun. I mean, what are you, it's funny. I guess.
Yeah.
Funny.
They're like, don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. I'm like, why? I would love to talk to the person I'm about to sleep with. That'd be cool.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah. So strange. But
Uh,
yeah, I'm like, it takes all of the sexy away. It's
I
crazy.
know when people wonder, like, do you watch porn? I'm like, honestly, not personally, not much because I know too much about how
Yeah.
this all came about. So,
Yeah. Or if I do watch porn, it's very, very amateur porn
yes,
of
yes,
like couples in their bedroom,
yeah.
you
I think that's
know?
pretty common with talent, actually. With what
Yeah.
among actually the people that I've talked to, they've all said the same thing, and myself
Hmm.
included, because I'm like, I'll watch it and I'm like, I know that house.
Yeah.
I've been in that house. I know exactly, like, this is ruined for me. I can't do this again.
That's how this house has an ant problem. I do know that.
Literally. Oh my God.
Or this house is a pain in the ass to get to, or yeah,
Yeah.
just all of the
That
things.
house I was
It's
fucking freezing and that
yeah.
set. I know they're fucking freezing right now. I'm like, it's too many thoughts in my head right now.
You see how they're outside at the pool? Yeah, it was 60 degrees that day. I was freezing my ass off. Miserable. Oh shit. Okay, what would you say your biggest like pet peeve is, either as a viewer or as a performer with pornography?
As a performer, I feel like the public is my biggest pet peeve because they have so many misconceptions. Like, I just did a piece. I had a conversation with this with LA Weekly. It was great to share my thoughts on this, but it was basically like,
Mm,
I see this, you probably see this too. There's people like on social media, it's a lot of women actually, and it's really
mm,
sad because it's like, like all these women in porn, like they're showing men like that, the wrong body image. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you know how many
mm.
different body types there are in porn? Like, I
Yes.
have worked with so many different brunette, blue hair, blonde hair, red hair, natural boobs, like full bush, no
Mm-hmm.
bush, full of plastic surgery, no plastic surgery. I'm like, you
Mm-hmm.
are wrong. And that
Mm-hmm.
pisses me off because people are like, yeah, this is so true. I'm like, no,
It's not.
No, it's not. I've been there. It's not, and that is a
Yeah.
huge pet peeve of mine because it just is such misinformation, and
Mhm.
it's like, no, like, I don't know what you're watching. There are sure me, I actually have that certain type of avatar, but that's just me
Mhm.
expressing myself. But if you click on the next page, there's a whole row of women who look completely different from each other. So
Yes. Yeah. They're just not putting the right things in the search engine. You can find anybody you want working in pornography.
100%, like, there are so many different types of people and body types
Yeah.
and everything, and I love that about
Oh,
us.
same. Yeah. I've I mean, before porn, I was, kind of opening my world up, but not anywhere near what porn opened me up to. And I'm like so thankful for that. And so thankful to like getting to have sex with different types of people that I would have never picked in a public setting, but actually some of them were the best sex of my life, you know? So,
Absolutely.
like even recently I had sex with somebody where I was like, I've never even heard of this person. I don't know anything about him. Like I would have never gone up to him at a bar. He just wouldn't have been my type, but the sex was like mind blowing. I was like, wow, that was incredible. So glad I did that.
Amazing.
So, and I got paid for it. This is great. This is amazing.
Living.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say is one sex position that if you could delete it from sex in general, what would it be?
Fucking cowgirl.
Reverse or regular?
Honestly, oh my god,
You're like either way.
I don't like either of them. I guess I would delete reverse, but I really
Okay.
don't like either of them because it's fine for like 2 seconds for me and I'll do
Mm.
it. But like, dude, my fucking thighs hurt. Like,
That's true.
especially if I'm filming too, because it's so exaggerated and they leave you on
Yes.
that dick for like 10 minutes and you're like,
Yes.
"Ugh," like, you know what I mean? I'm
Yes.
like, man, at least like with a lot of the dudes and like they'll lift you and they'll support
Yes.
you,
Mhm.
but not all the
Mhm.
time, and it's
Mhm.
a lot. I'll my thighs are like so tight and whatever, it's like a workout, I guess.
It
But
is.
yeah, reverse especially, I'm like, if I could just get rid of this.
Yeah, I hate reverse so much. And I feel like I'm gonna injure both of us, Like we're both gonna get hurt, you know?
I often fear, when I would shoot with studios, I'm like, I hope I don't break this man.
Yes.
And that's happened before and
Yeah.
probably in those positions because,
Mhm.
and I've heard you've heard the war story
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Mhm. Or God forbid you're doing anal in either one of those positions, and then gravity is your worst fucking enemy. I'm like, "Oh my god, no." You get up and you look back and you're like, "We're fine. Are we fine? Are we fine?" It was
Good? Okay.
Don't like it. I get it. I do love writing and regular cowgirl just because I know how quickly I can get off up there, but for filming, you're right. It's a lot. It's a true workout on
It
top of
really is.
someone's dick.
And
So,
I know it looks good,
it
and that's why
does.
we do it.
No.
I've seen this,
I know.
but
I
still.
know. I know. Then also I wonder what my face looks like in those moments because I'm like, do I look like I'm in a pure struggle right now? Because I am. you know?
And then a lot of the times I would just like eventually like I'll say, I'm in bed right now. I will lean back
Yeah.
with my like crab like this and
Yeah.
stuff, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well,
Doing
this
a
helps."
hand. Yeah. Doing a hand motion. It's true. You're right. Some male performers do come in and they do that little like
Thank
lift
God.
for you, which is really, really nice. Yeah.
Thank
But
God.
but
Yeah.
then I feel bad for them because I'm
I
like,
know.
fuck, you're doing so much work
All the
right
heavy
now.
lifting. I know.
I
Oh,
know.
our sh
Literally the heavy lifting. Yeah. Okay, we are out of time, but I have one more question and then I let you go, I promise. What would you say is the like funniest or most bizarre behind the scenes moment that you will never forget from porn?
Oh, the most bizarre, easy. I was on set for Brazzers and, oh my God, 2016, I wanna say. It was like one of those times, it was like a 12-hour day, and it was at this house that obviously the company had rented out, and they're filming. It was one of those times where there's another scene being filmed, so you're waiting,
Mhm.
people are fucking, and there
Mhm.
is a whole ass family sitting down at the dinner table. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the kids were of 18. Let's actually just say they were 18 plus, but they look like they were in college, but they were just very calmly like eating their dinner. They were not talent in the industry. I don't know. I was befuddled. I was like, are we seeing this? And the crew was like,
It's their house.
their
Yeah.
house. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I mean, cool, I guess, if you're that open-minded, but also what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one thing when the homeowners are there in general, even if it's just one single man or one single
Sure.
woman, but to have your family there and if you have your children, I don't care if they're in college or not. That's weird.
I would
That
be
is a
so
weird thing.
I don't have that relationship with my family, nor do I want to.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't want to listen to people having sex with my parents at all.
No, that
Yeah.
was so fucking weird to me. Obviously, I will never forget that. Wait, what about
Yeah.
you?
No, I don't know if it's like my bizarrest, but it will say funniest. And it was during an anal scene. And oh my God, what's his name? Bambino. Do you remember Bambino? I don't even know
Or
if he
the
still
name?
works. Okay. Anyway, he has a very huge, thick cock. And we were doing anal and he like pulls out and I'm doing something else. I'm not even paying like attention to him. And he was like, he goes, "Did you have corn?" And I was like, "What?" And he's looking down at his dick and he's like, "Did you have corn? Is this corn on my dick right here?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't know what it is and I don't want to look at it and I don't want you to look at it." I was like, "Please just wipe it and walk away. Why are we dissecting literally the things coming out of my ass right now?" I was like, no, I'm not having this conversation.
You're like, I just want to forget I heard those words come out of your
Yes.
mouth. I've
Yes.
heard stories of other male talent on set for like an anal scene, and there was one specific male talent who was like, "Excuse me," walks off. What? The girl shit on him like multiple times, and the only time all he said, "Excuse me." I was
Oh
like, that.
no.
I don't do anal, but I was like, if I had to, that sounds great. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, did you have corn?
Yeah. It's like, don't remember what I ate. We're not going to talk about it anyway. Wipe your dick. Leave me alone. It was so embarrassing. I just remember being like mortified in the
Would
moment,
have
you
been
know?
too. I mean, I don't get embarrassed easily, but I mean, that.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Well,
All right.
all you can do is laugh about it now.
Exactly. That's exactly it. All right, Alex, I have spent so much of your time. I'm so sorry for keeping you so long. Tell the people where they can find you, all of your links. Go.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was awesome. So you can obviously find me onlyfans.com/Alix Lynx. My first boy girl scene about 4 years is dropping
Oh,
within the next
ooh.
4 days, August 29th. This may or may not be it might be out, might not, but I'm just letting y'all know. Don't miss that. And then Instagram is at the Alix Lynx. X/Twitter is also at the Alix Lynx, and TikTok is XOAlex.
I love it. And maybe I'm going to make my way out to the East Coast and come see you. I need to.
Let me
So,
know.
all right. Thank you so much for doing the show, Alex.
Thanks, girl.
And thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, adios, guys.